Talk, it's my life. You can kind of strut to that. Yeah. That's worked. Don't forget as well, the winner of Celebrity MasterChef will be crowned tonight, 8:30 BBC One. Melanie Blatt, Lisa Snowdon, McFly's Danny Jones. Who's your money on? They've all been brilliant. Coming up, Jay's quiz, finally back. How we have missed him. If you're playing along, 88291 or WhatsApp us 08000 288 291. Who are you playing with and where are you playing? And Melanie C coming to see us today. Hurrah! This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 8 o'clock on Thursday, the 22nd of September. Good morning, this is Claire Ronacres. The government is to outline plans aimed at improving access to health and social care in England. Liz Truss has told world leaders at the United Nations that the UK will not rest until Ukraine prevails against Russia, and interest rates are expected to rise by at least 0.5 percentage point. The Health Secretary, Therese Coffey, is to set out plans aimed at improving access to the NHS and social care in England. The measures will include help for GP practices to recruit more support staff and will allow pharmacists to take on additional services. The government says it wants patients with non-urgent needs to get GP appointments within 2 weeks, though doctors have said the change will make little difference. Gareth Dixon went to A&E for chest pain because he couldn't get a face-to-face GP appointment. After a 15-hour wait, he was diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia.
It started off with, we've been waiting an hour and we've not heard nothing. And then it was, we've been waiting 2 hours, what's happening? And then by the time it come to it, it was like, we've been here 10 hours, what's going on? And all they kept replying with was, we're waiting on doctors. The queue only started going down because people were discharging themselves and going home.
Liz Truss has used her first overseas speech since becoming Prime Minister to accuse Vladimir Putin of trying to justify a catastrophic failure in Ukraine by claiming Russia is under threat from the West. She told the UN General Assembly in New York that President Putin's saber-rattling threats would not work and that the UK would provide military aid to Ukraine until it prevails against Russia. 5 British nationals who are being held by Russian-backed forces in eastern Ukraine are on their way home after being released in a prisoner exchange. The deal was brokered by Saudi Arabia. Emma Vardy reports.
The ordeal is nearly over for the 5 men who've been held captive for months by Russian-backed forces in eastern Ukraine. Aidan Aslin sent this message from the plane.
We just want to let everyone know that we're now out of the danger zone and we're on our way home to our families and whatnot.
Aidan Aslin and Sean Pinner had moved to Ukraine 4 years ago and joined the Ukrainian military and were helping to defend the country when they were captured in the besieged city of Mariupol in April. Their sudden release has come as a huge relief to family and friends, but Aidan Aslin's local MP, Robert Jenrick, said he had been through months of terrible treatment.
The Bank of England is expected to announce a rise in its official interest rate of at least 0.5 percentage point today. That would push the base rate to its highest level since 2008. Here's our economics correspondent, Andy Verity.
In the short term, government help with energy bills will mean the cost of living as measured by the Consumer Prices Index won't accelerate as quickly as previously feared. But because the measures are expected to cost upwards of £100 billion, it will boost the overall amount of money being spent in the economy, adding to upward pressure on prices in the next 2 to 3 years. It's that medium-term inflationary pressure that the Bank of England is hoping to head off by continuing to raise interest rates.
Around 400,000 workers are set to get a pay boost. The hourly rate of the living wage, which thousands of businesses have voluntarily signed up to, is being put up with immediate effect. The hourly rates are rising by £1 to £10.90 across the UK and by 90p to £11.95 in London. Scientists say they have slowed and even reversed some of the devastating effects of motor neurone disease. The treatment works in only a small number of patients, but the team at the University of Sheffield have described its development as a moment of hope. Our health and science correspondent James Gallagher has more details.
This is not a cure for motor neurone disease, but it is still a significant moment. Around 2% of people with the disease are born with a specific damaging mutation that leads to the buildup of toxic proteins. These kill the nerves that control the body's muscles. The drug tofersen uses gene silencing technology to, in effect, mute that damaging mutation. Overall, the results in the New England Journal of Medicine showed the drug could slow the pace of the disease. Professor Dame Pamela Shaw from the University of Sheffield said it was the first time she'd seen someone with the disease improve.
Scientists have found that babies in the womb react to what their mothers eat. Experts from Durham University took 4D ultrasound scans of 100 pregnant women and discovered that babies grimaced when they tasted and smelt greens, but smiled for carrots. The weather. A band of heavy rain will spread across northern and western parts of the UK this morning, spreading to some central areas later. The southeast of England should remain dry. Temperatures will reach highs of 20 Celsius in London, 18 in Cardiff and 16 in Belfast and Edinburgh. BBC News, it's 8:05.
BBC Radio 2. Listen live on the BBC Sounds app. The Zoe Ball Breakfast Show.
Thank you very much, gorgeous Claire next door. It is Thursday. It is the 22nd of September and Jay's quiz is back. Hurrah.
Hurrah.
Richie Anderson, what are you doing in here at this time?
So I've just been down the corridor talking
at
to
you.
Melanie C off the Spice Girls,
your
just getting some
face.
tips
Yeah.
because she did Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, yes, of
Yeah.
course.
She's here.
Oh, which we'll get her to give you those tips on the air.
Oh.
Also, we're just wondering, as the quiz is back, do you think she'd play? I mean, come on. Last time, Jamie Oliver lost playing. And are you all right?
I don't know if I'd stay cool. I'd have to let her win.
I know that's a whole 10 minutes. You've got to play it cool.
Let me just breathe.
You're going to be all right. Come on. You're going to be fine, darling. I love that he's doing Strictly Come Dancing. And look at him. He's actually going to pieces about Melanie C being here. It's just gold.
'Cause you're